Good morning, Framingham, and welcome to Flyer News. Today is Friday, February 10th. I'm Joanne Connolly.
And I'm Nick Diessa. Here at Framingham High School, sports are the highlight of the day for many students, and with good reason. In the past 3 years, 3 of our students have scored at least 1,000 points during the basketball season. Colette Josie is a shining example of the perseverance and persistence that embodies the ideal Framingham High School student. Now, with more on Colette's amazing career here at FHS, here's Frankie Martino and Carolyn Romano.
Hello, Framingham. I'm Carolyn Romano.
And I'm Frankie Martino for Flyer News Sports Update. This week we're going to start things off with some Flyer football. The Framingham Flyers played the Natick Redmen on a snow-covered memorial field in Natick this past Thanksgiving. Dave Taylor for the Redmen had a 3-yard touchdown run in the second possession of the game. With under a minute to go, the Flyers were down just 7-0 to a heavily favored Redmen team. The Flyers were on the 4-yard line when poor clock management halted the Flyers' drive. In the second half, Natick put in Boston College-bound Billy Flutie, who went 5 for 7 for 89 yards and had 2 rushes for 15 yards. The final score of that game ended up being 27-7 Redmen.
Now for some history of Flyer sports, we head over to girls basketball. Senior captain Coco Josie broke the Framingham girls basketball record for career points this year. The record was 1,243, but on Tuesday night, Coco broke the record with this free throw against Wilson. The girls won that game 53-25. Coco was recently the cover for High School Hot Shots newspaper. She remains modest with her successes and had to say this after her game.
I got to thank the team because I wouldn't be able to do it if they wouldn't have given me the ball. Teamwork.
Boys track team are now 2-0, 1-0 in the Bay State Conference. The track team has had 2 major additions to their team in Jordan Maddox and David Acosta. Jordan Maddox does the high jump and jumps a steady 6 feet 4 inches. David Acosta throws the shot put at a steady 45 feet. I caught up with David Acosta to see if he sees any change in the team's success.
The track team is a team effort. Everybody's getting their job done. They're doing their part. So watch out for us.
With winter sports coming to a close, spring sports have already started their off-season training. Boys baseball look to capture another Bay State title led by Pat Conley and Jeff Tardif.
As well as girls lacrosse, hoping to continue their success from last year, led by Coach of the Year, Stacey Frieda.
Anyways, that's it for this week's Flyers News Sports Update. I'm Frankie Martino.
And I'm Carolyn Romano.
Go Flyers.
Thank you, Carolyn and Frankie. It's always nice to hear about the outstanding athletes here at FHS.
As of today, riots are still occurring in Middle Eastern countries over political cartoons in an obscure Danish newspaper. The mainstream media picked up the cartoons, and riots soon began over the characterization of Muhammad.
Here with more on this developing news story is Megan D'Amelia with Dave Granlund, a cartoonist at the Metro West Daily News.
Political cartoons have long spurred political discussion. Since the days of Benjamin Franklin, people of all different intellectual levels have joined together to discuss the debate at hand. Recently in the news, a Danish newspaper released a political cartoon with Muhammad with a bomb on his head. Angry Muslim extremists have since then called for a jihad of all things Danish, followed by a burning of Danish flags. I got the opportunity to speak with Dave Granlund, a political cartoonist, on the impact of cartoons and politics.
Well, there's no one real formula for doing a good political cartoon because in the eyes of some readers, I get people angry and the other half of the people laugh at the cartoon. So it's a combination, depending on which end of the spectrum you are. But for the most part, I guess when the letters start coming in, people concerned about a cartoon or trying to explain why something's in there, I think that's probably my key, that the cartoon is resonating with some people.
And what are your thoughts on the current issue regarding the Danish cartoon and the Muslim situation?
Well, with that situation right there, I mean, if one of the problems is that many people probably don't understand another religion, and they don't know that it's the ultimate sin to draw a picture of their God. But if the cartoonist's intent was to enrage people, not just the terrorists who are setting off the bombs, but the whole religion, which is based on peace, then you question sometimes the motives. Well, for example, I mean, I did one cartoon here. This has to do on the situation with the Danish cartoons going in. Of course, the double meaning with the word Danish right here is what Islamic radicals order for breakfast, and he is saying, here, hold the coffee, I'll just have the Danish, which is a way of showing, you know, the knife down here, that they are very upset about this and that they would like to have a Danish for breakfast, literally. Sometimes you really get someone enraged, but
Can't please everyone.
yeah. But I don't ever remember doing a cartoon that would move someone to harm me. But then again, people are unpredictable at times.
To see more of Dave's cartoons, you can read his new book, Pulling It All Together, or visit his website, www.davegrenland.com.
Now, Megan, how did Mr. Granlund say Americans react to political cartoons about sensitive issues?
Well, cartoonists must be very careful, such as in this cartoon of Dave's that combines Iwo Jima and the KKK. Dave got a lot of negative feedback on this cartoon and ended up offending more Americans than informing them.
Thank you, Megan.
You're welcome, Nick.
Recently, Lieutenant Governor Kerry Healy came to Framingham High School to present scholarships to students who performed well on the MCAS tests. However, they soon discovered that 4 students were ineligible because they are undocumented immigrants. Todd Swisher and Liz Daly are here with more on this developing story.
On Monday, December 19th, Lieutenant Governor Kerry Healy visited FHS to reward high-achieving members of the senior class. 141 scholarship recipients will be given up to $6,000 to attend a state school. Amid fanfare and speeches, the winners greeted the news enthusiastically. For a few in the crowd, however, the event was bittersweet.
Despite being honored in the ceremony, 4 students will not be eligible for the scholarship due to their immigration status.
The state has long been obligated to educate and graduate undocumented children. The line is drawn at college aid. Every year in Massachusetts, 400 sons and daughters of immigrants, many of whom have lived in the U.S. for several years, find themselves unable to seek higher education.
We're just asking for the same opportunities that our peers have had. We've gone through the same school system since middle school, and it's simply not fair that we can't benefit from the hard work that we've accomplished.
The so-called DREAM Act would provide conditional citizenship on the national level. Here in Massachusetts, a bill was proposed to offer in-state tuition rates to undocumented students.
Many students cannot attend college at this point just because there is a $5,000 to $7,000 premium being placed on their tuition if they are not properly documented right at this date.
Despite poll numbers which suggested popular support, the bill failed by a wide majority. Hopeful students gathered outside the chamber became more and more disheartened as the day wore on.
When they award us the scholarship, but inside they know we're not going to be able to get it, I just felt really betrayed by the school and by the government.
Thank you, Todd and Liz. Well, I'm afraid we're out of time for today, but be sure to tune in next week for more Flyer news. I'm Nick Diesa.
And I'm Joanne Connolly. Thank you for watching.